My name is Helen Carr. I moved to El Segundo in 1945. Well, my family moved to town here. My sister was living out here, she and her husband. And we lived on a farm back there, and it was back in Ohio, and it was being sold. So we came out here to join them. I met my husband Floyd in 1948. My husband used to write all of the articles for the Down Memory Lane that he published in the El Segundo Herald. He loved researching the different things and writing about them. Floyd worked for several different companies. He worked for Southgate when he first got out of college. He went to school on a GI Bill, and he went to college, and then he worked for General Motors for 2 years. And then they wanted to move back east someplace, and he wasn't about to leave his family. So he went to work for a company called Miracote. He worked for Nash Motors. He worked for them a couple of years also, for 2 years here in El Segundo. It was quite a large factory out there, and he enjoyed it very much. But then he moved on. His family was one of the original families here in El Segundo. Floyd's father moved from Baltimore. Floyd came here in 1918 and became the first barber. He'd heard that Standard Oil was moving out here and there'd be a lot of men that would be needing haircuts. He took appointments only, even back in those days. And the men would come from the Chevron and, with their appointments and have their haircuts. That was the main called drag down through town was Richmond Street. That's where all the little shops and things were. And there were a lot of different ones. There were 2 markets right side by side. One of them was called the Piggly Wiggly Market. Floyd actually had a dry cleaning as well as a barber shop at that time. And at some point there was a fire in his dry cleaning business that burnt down all of one side of the street. The airport, when I originally came to town, was called Mines Field, and it was really nothing there but a small building with a small tower and a few other little buildings, and the airplanes just came in and landed. And over the years, it just gradually built up to what it is today. Floyd graduated, our children graduated, our grandchildren have all graduated from El Segundo High School. So there are a lot of good memories here in this town. I wouldn't change it for the world.